I know y'all been like, Mickey, where you been at? Hold on, y'all. Y'all already know it's not a Mickey Truth Live if we don't have technical difficulties. 1 second. Bam, we got it fixed. So, y'all, I know I saw all y'all comments about me not getting on here on time the other night. I totally forgot. I'm not even gonna cap. I forgot about it. But before we get into all that, man, let's get into y'all already know. Y'all know what I'm about to do, right? Hookah, start it up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Hookah Anonymous, and you are now rocking with Mickey Truth. She live up to her name, not the fame. So make sure y'all subscribe to her channel and stay updated on what's real. Bye.
Coming from where I come from, they doubted me, but I came up. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. Coming from where I come from, they doubted me, but I came up. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. I made it through the storm, trying to conquer the world. Good reporting ass Mickey. We love you, Mickey.
Good reporting ass Mickey. What's up, man? Truth team, y'all miss me? I know y'all miss me. It's been a minute since I've been on live, but I am here. And today we got content later, but right now I want to have a discussion. Okay, I got my peoples on Clubhouse. I'm gonna bring in a little while. I just want to start it off with some things to set the tone. If y'all been rocking with your girl since the beginning, y'all already know I like putting the pieces together. Okay, what's up, chocolate cutie pie? I know. I totally forgot about my last schedule live, but I'm on it now. I'm not gonna leave like that again. But it's look trying to keep up with this content. But y'all recall I've been catching flack since I first came out in regards to people were saying, "Oh, you the feds." People were saying, "Oh, you this." Oh, that's not snitching. That's not because y'all remember it started off when I called T.I. snitch. But anyway. Today we're gonna we got to break it down, and I'm gonna tell you why we have to break it down. Hold on, because every time I go live, somebody want to start calling my phone. Okay, we got to break it down because I've been picking brains for the past maybe week or two, right? I've been asking all the fellas I come in contact with different situations just to get the feedback, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all now, us civilians ain't the problem. The problem is definitely within the streets, okay? But we're gonna get into that. I got a couple things I want to play, okay? Now, because I'm the one, in my opinion, that's bringing this conversation up, I wanted to kind of talk to people that I actually know, right? Like in real life. So I hit a couple people up just to ask them what their thoughts are about snitching. And I'm going to play it, okay? And then from there, we're going to talk about it as a whole. So, the first clip that I'm going to play is between me and one of my cousins, okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and play it now. Here we go.
Tell me, what does snitch mean?
Snitch?
Yeah, when somebody snitches, what's the definition?
Oh, pause. That's actually not my cousin. This clip is actually my soon-to-be ex-husband. So I must play it back.
Tell me something.
Like only if like somebody go to jail or
like if somebody go to jail.
Is that the only way that's considered snitching?
Shit, it could be snitching. Like if you know something and you done told somebody. Well, if you know something that don't too many people know, and you done told on that person, that's snitching too.
Okay.
Right.
No, that's my live, because a lot of people online is saying snitching ain't snitching. A lot of people are saying snitching is only if you give information that leads to the arrest and like charges being brought on somebody. So I'm just trying to get a different perspective. Okay, so let me ask you this. Is it different between being in the streets and being a civilian when it comes to snitching? So what I'm hearing online is it's a difference, meaning like the code of the streets is different for those in the streets compared to like civilians or like regular people that's not like out there doing stuff in the streets. So is the definition of meaning of snitching different then?
Yes, sir.
So let me tell you this. So this is like how I think about it. Like definitely I feel like if somebody that's not involved in whatever activity is going on and you know what I'm saying, and it's possibly harming them or could harm them, then definitely you should, say something. But even if you're not in the streets, like for example, I'm not in the streets, right? But if me and you are somewhere and something goes down and you're aware of what's going down, keep your fucking mouth closed, right? And if you don't, that means you snitch, right? Yeah. All right. I just wanted to get that for my live. Let me get ready to go live.
All right. So that was one. I'm gonna play one more, and then we're gonna get into everything else. So let's see here. Now this is the one between me and my cousin.
Cuz. What does snitching mean?
What does snitching mean?
Yeah. What do you consider snitching?
You a motherfucking rat. You stabbed somebody in the back. You went through the hole just to get out, to get your own freedom.
So let me ask you this.
Snitch.
Is there any point where snitching is okay if you're in the streets?
If you're in the streets,
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, all that shit comes with it.
Like so it's okay.
If you're in the streets with the shits, be prepared to be facing with some bullshit.
So it's not okay to snitch.
Hell no, it's not okay to snitch.
Okay, so let me ask you.
It's a part of living the street life. It depends what you're doing, how you're doing it, and how you living. If you got motherfuckers behind you, that's motherfuckers behind you. That's what comes with it.
So let me ask you this.
Ends up snitching.
So let me ask you this. If first let me ask you, is there a difference between civilians and street dudes or street women when it comes to snitching?
Civilians and what?
Street dudes. So online they're saying it's a difference. Like it's a code of the streets that civilians don't live by, but street dudes live by. Are you aware of that?
Oh yeah, that's true.
So let me ask you this. Now you know me in real life. So do you consider me in the streets or not?
You in the streets? No.
Okay. So so I'm not in the streets, right? Now, how can you say how I feel about people telling?
People telling?
Yeah. Have you ever heard me talk about like any situations where like
you tell it? No, that's not true.
Okay, so
no, that ain't true.
Okay, so I'm not in the streets, right?
True.
Okay, and I've never been part of anything where I was telling, right?
True.
Okay, so this is what my point I'm trying to show everybody online is that civilians even have boundaries, like if I'm with you and we do something and we're both aware of it, although I'm not in the streets, I expect you to shut the fuck up and not say nothing, right? Like I don't expect you to go running your mouth.
Put you in it. And won't even put you in it.
Right. So that's why I'm trying to like where's the disconnect? Because like so many guys online are saying, oh, basically it's levels to this snitching shit. Like you got to, like the only way it's considered snitching is if you actually get somebody locked up.
Man, snitching is snitching.
Thank you.
Bam, snitching is snitching. Y'all, I'm about to get ready to bring Clubhouse in, and we're gonna talk about this thing because I'm confused. Okay, before I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. Before I got onto online like that, I actually thought, "What's up, Matt Bush, Jamal?" I know I missed some people. I'm sorry, y'all, but I always felt like, because from what I'm used to, my environment, it's not no in between when it comes to snitching, man. You open your mouth, you definitely snitch. Like I've never heard nobody in my real life say, "Oh, it's only if somebody goes to jail or whatever." I wasn't aware of that. So coming on to social media and hearing it, or hearing these conversations about that's not snitching, this not snitching, what? I thought it was a common definition, but I was definitely wrong. So I'm logging into my club deck because I definitely want to bring, I want to bring my peoples on. And not only that, I'm also going to put the StreamYard, because we're about to talk about this thing. I have to figure out, what do society mean by its levels of snitching? Because, and again, nobody said it's levels of snitching. That's what I'm getting from the conversations I'm hearing, because it's definitely out here. So I'm joining now. Let me bring myself up. Bam. All right, now I got to get out the room. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me log off this one. Clubhouse, can you? Oh, I'm on mute. Clubhouse.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all been able to hear the conversation?
A little bit, yes.
All right, so I'm gonna put it on the floor to make sure they can hear. YouTube, can y'all hear well? I hope so. What's up, Ghost? Not y'all. Shout out to Ghost St. Patrick on YouTube. Me and Ghost, I swear I used to want to block him so bad. We used to be going back and forth, but he's actually all right with me. What's up, Edward? So listen, we got to talk about this
Get
thing.
them
So,
on Clubhouse, Mickey. They got to come join us sometimes.
oh, say it again.
They need to get on Clubhouse and come join us sometimes.
Definitely. Y'all already know, I always tell y'all where I'm at. I'm going to put the link in the chat too, or in the description, because y'all need to come on over, because we got to talk about it. Now, we're going to have to start at the beginning with this. I've said plenty of times in my videos, the definition of snitch is to inform. And if y'all saw my thumbnail, I put inform. Hold on, let me look at the picture, because I put a couple words on it. Snitch is to inform by definition. Corroborate, assist, inform, tell, disclose, state. Anybody got any difference of any other words possibly that I missed out on as far as the meaning of snitch?
Not here, not me.
So this is where I want to start it off at. I need, now, again, my cousin made it clear I ain't in the streets, right? And y'all know, many videos I have said, man, I'm tired of these people talking I ain't in the streets. I don't know, I own this, I own that. I need somebody that's outside. And I'm not talking about outside watching TV, living through. I'm talking about somebody that's really outside. No, don't go into no details of how you're outside. But I want to hear from y'all first, because that's where I'm seeing the disconnect of what it is. I need somebody outside to explain to me the definition from the streets of what snitching means. Let me see who's up in here. I wanted Dom tell or one of them up in here.
I know. I try to ping him in.
Because, you know, matter of fact, Ghost, I'm about to drop the link, man, because I know you got an opinion to it. Give me a second, y'all. Let me turn the camera around. Bam. Oh, y'all see my sign? Hey, it came in. Yes, I got my own little sign. So let me get the StreamYard link real quick. Because we got to talk about this thing. Because something is wrong. And I'm going to tell y'all this. And this is just Mickey Truth's opinion on it. I'm glad I ain't in the streets. Because I kind of see why things start to fall apart. Because if it's not even a clear understanding what it is, we got a problem. All right, there go the link to the StreamYard. YouTube, y'all can pull up. Clubhouse, y'all can definitely come off the mic. Because it got to be, everybody can't agree with what I think about it. Somebody got to think it's something else. Got to be. MJ, you came off mic. What you was about to say?
Man, I was gonna say I'm not a street dude, but I've been around a lot of street dudes, and they always told me to bounce because we don't want you to be telling on nothing. I'm not involved in it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all right to hang out, kick it with them, but when it's time for certain dirt to go down, they send me on about my way. Man, go on here, little homie, because we got stuff going on. I'm a civilian, you know what I'm saying? I ain't clicked up with nobody. So, you know what I'm saying? I gotta abide by those rules. Cause they know I'm gonna choose my life over them because I'm a civilian.
Oh, I like that. I like that. So, hold on. I need this phone is low. I gotta come in on my other phone. Give me a second, y'all.
Tell Ghost set up this a Clubhouse account. Get his tail in here.
Ghost, are you on Clubhouse? Oh, I'm switching over. All right, can everybody still hear me?
We can hear you in here.
Okay. All right, bam. YouTube, y'all can hear me? So we just heard from MJ, who stated he ain't outside, right? And he gave his point of view with it when he was around, you know, people that was more into different things. They told him get away, which is true. But how can I pose this question? Okay, one situation I've been getting. What's up, Tony Snow? One situation I've been getting flack for is the Boosie situation that I made a video the other day, and my point wasn't saying if he snitched or not, right? That wasn't where I was going with it. My point was standing on what he said, right? So let me see if I can find that clip so everybody can hear it. But in a nutshell, Boosie said, when you outside, basically, it comes with it. Getting locked up, stuff like that, comes with it, right? That's part of the game. You know this going into it, right? And then he also said he would never tell, not even on his worst enemy. And y'all know I rocks with Boosie, been rocking with Boosie. Boosie has always said he hates the police. Like he said since he was 5 years old, he hates the police. So when the situation from Biloxi, Mississippi came out, and you know, Gangsta Williams brought up the interview that Boosie did where he was saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do criminal civil." My point was like, whoa, Boosie, you said you would never tell, not even on your worst enemy, right? And I posed that question on Clubhouse, and I'm actually about to pull the replay from it. And shout out to Rod the Savage. Y'all know the drop man. He was definitely rocking out with my theory where I was going. But I think a lot of other people missed it, or that really was just how they saw it. So a lot of the guys in the room, because not too many females was talking, a lot of the guys in the room saying it's the police. Like, that's okay to tell on the police. Fuck the police. Forget the police. You know, stuff like that. Now, I'm not going to knock it, right? But if we just going to be clear on telling, right? Is there a gray area where it can include, it's okay to tell on the police? Like, in the streets, is it different? Is it like disclosures at the bottom that say, okay, you're a snitch unless it's to these people? Anybody know?
That's so tough.
It is. Tony Snow, get on Clubhouse. Come join the conversation. I know you already got a Clubhouse account. Like, I really wholeheartedly want to know this, because it's like, again, I cover a lot of stories. Some, you know, I always thought it was just clean cut. Now, don't get me wrong, you definitely can have a reason for doing it, right? So I'm not saying it's not a reason. My thing is, why are we in disconnect about exactly what it is, right? Like, I thought snitching means to tell. And as, like I said, even as a regular day person, I ain't trying to have nobody. Oh, shoot, y'all. I ain't trying to have nobody. I don't even care. Let me do something simple. I don't know if y'all ever found yourself in this situation where you have Tony Snow in the building.
Well, it was good.
So I was out some years ago with my ex, soon to be ex, and you know, I knew it was weed in the car. He knew it was weed in the car. We happened to be pulled over. So off top, I'm trying to get myself right because I don't want no problems. He was definitely under the influence. He was drunk as shit. Okay. So when the police came, you know, they come with flashing lights. I didn't realize it was in plain sight because we was leaving the club. He didn't realize it either. So when they flashed the light, they saw it. Now, when they asked whose on it was, again, it wasn't mine for sure, right? But I didn't say anything. I just, because in my mind, like, this nigga better talk up, like, for real, right? So, of course, he owned up to it, right? And they just was like, you know, throw it away. Thank God, right? And they let us go. But my question is, in that situation, again, I'm not in the streets and my ex is not in the streets, right? We're just out. But just that situation, even if we wasn't together, in those moments, say, for example, if I would have been like, yo, that's his, right? Or he would have been like, oh, that's hers. That's still telling on each other, right? Or am I missing something with that situation?
I've been in a situation like that, and we neither one of us told until they finally just let me out.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, like, what? Like, you know, if you have to, like, to me, if you say the word telling in a sentence, it's telling. Now, we can, you know, debate about, you know, if you had a reason. To be honest, I don't even think you really need a reason. If you choose to tell on somebody else, shit, just own it. Now, I will say, I've said things before in regards to the 6ix9ine situation, right? I have said, but it wasn't never on the situation with the snitching stuff. I never spoke on that, because if somebody told you straight up, yeah, I told, and this is why I told, I mean, regardless of the why, hell, he said he did it. I mean, what we gonna argue about with that? My issue be the ones that say they didn't do it and did. And then we have this conversation. What is snitching? Tony Snow.
Hiding their hand.
Right. Tony Snow.
What's up?
What is snitching down there in Houston?
I mean, it depends. Like what kind? Like,
boom. Tony Snow. So it's levels to snitching.
Of course.
Ooh, break that down for me.
I mean, You got telling you getting somebody locked up. You got telling just to be telling. I mean, it's all sorts of ways of snitching. I mean, it could be. It depends from a street point. I look at it different, but I mean, it's a pedestrian way. What they say, what they call it, civilians.
Mm-hmm.
Telling. It's still snitching. They say it ain't, but it's still snitching.
Even kids in school today will be like, "Oh, they're a snitch. They're a snitch." Like, so this has gotten to the point where even little kids are calling each other snitches for telling on childlike behavior. So,
Mm. And I will say,
It
I don't
seems
know about y'all, but I know when I was younger, you going there telling you be done got your head knocked off, right? And then like my grandma used to always be like, if you come tell, what did you do? You be when they trying to get your cousin in trouble, and then you end up getting in trouble because they don't even want to hear what your cousin did. They want you to tell what you did.
mm.
So
it's surprising though because it's been going on since the mob days. Like people are like surprised now that it's starting to come out. Like, but it's been going on since the mob. That's why the RICO came in. That's where the term rat comes from. The mob. They start whacking the rats off. So the government started the RICO, which okay, you want to rat the rat? We get everybody. That's how the RICO come in. You can Google it.
Was it Sammy the Bull against John Gotti? That was the first RICO case.
There you
oh,
go.
that's a good scenario. Listen, think back, and again, I don't know no monsters, right? I can only tell you from the TV perspective, right? Think back then, man. Do you know if you would have got caught at the police station, regardless if you said something, if just being seen at the police station could have got you killed?
But those were the people that was involved in that life. They mainly try to scare the civilians to not to snitch, but they didn't have no rules on that saying they couldn't snitch. They civilians. But people that's in that life, you know the rules. So if you know that if you go out there and snitch, tattletale, whatever you want to call it, you know the consequences behind that.
But is that actually the case?
It was in your
Because
blood oath.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Just saying, it was part of your blood oath. You took the oath to join the mafia, and you had to agree. You don't tell.
But if you come down to it, there could be civilians that told what they've seen and let it be a big enough case. There's now a a price on their head, so to speak, and it could
Yeah, I
definitely
mean,
be a
But
civilian.
those are the law-abiding citizens. That's what the law officers call them, law-abiding citizens. Them folks don't tell. You know, the community activists. They want you to speak on these violence and stuff like that. But the street code, that not snitching rule, it kind of messed up a lot of things.
You're in the matrix.
if you go back to the five families in New York, if you were a civilian and you were telling, or they even had a feeling you were telling, you were going to get whacked.
So
That's a
let
fact.
me
That's
let
a
me
fact.
ask y'all this, okay? Because again, I am not outside, okay? But but this is my question. Now, you say, for example, you coming home, you just got off a long day of work, your feet hurt, you just trying to get home, man. All of a sudden, you stop by the store and you're just trying to get some groceries. Somebody come in, rob the place, and you like, oh my gosh, police come. They ask you, hey, what did you see? You give them a statement, right? That's scenario one. Scenario two is you with your homies, your friends, whatever. Y'all get in the car. Now y'all not on no other stuff. Y'all just out hanging out. Your home girl, your home was like, yo, look at this chick. I've been waiting to catch her, right? And you like, oh yeah. I remember her. What's up, Auntie D? And then you're like, yo, take me over there. I'm about to punch her or beat her ass or whatever. And so you know what's going on. You like, all right, bet, girl, I'm about to pull up over there. Bam. Whatever happens, now y'all trying to get away. Police come. At that point, you give a statement. Now, both scenarios include civilians. Which one is snitching? Which one isn't snitching? Or are they both snitching?
The second one, snitching.
I agree.
Because you agreed to commit that crime, and then when stuff got hot, excuse my language, when stuff got hot, you decided to be the tattletale.
Yeah, the right answer.
Bingo. And that's my point. It's like whether you're a civilian or in the streets, if you are knowingly involved in something, you should shut up or don't get involved in it. And that's my motto. And I think that's why some people don't get me when I be saying things about these like celebrities and stuff when I'm looking at cases, because I'm just like, it's no gray area to me. Even as a civilian, a private, like law-abiding citizen, whatever. If we are together into something, shut up. Or guess what? Don't be around me. And I say that because I'm gonna give y'all another scenario. I ride with a pistol at all times. All my family, some of my friends, not to say they don't supposed to be around them, okay? But I definitely ride at all times. Anybody that knows me knows when you say, "Oh, let me ride with you," or something, I tell you off bat, I'm like, "Yo, I got my gun in here. I'm definitely gonna own mine, but I'm just letting you know, right?" So, if anything happened, like you already was aware of it. Now, if you choose to get in my car and you know for sure you don't supposed to be around guns, now I'm definitely gonna own the gun because it's mine, right? But you gonna have to, don't try to put this shit on me that I'm forcing you in the car or something like that. Nah, you need to own that you got your ass in this motherfucking car willy-nilly and you already knew what time it was. Like, I don't understand. It's nothing left to say. Now, you getting in the car with somebody and you don't know is different.
That's a good point.
And that's what's nerve-wracking to me when we're talking. Because like I said, I feel like no matter what point in life you are, the definition is the definition. Now, what you choose to like in your personal situations or whatever is on you, right? But see, personally, I don't remember who asked this question. Somebody asked the question, if you was with somebody and they turned out to be a snitch, an informant, whatever, could you still be with them? And I answered no, especially if I didn't know in advance, because I take that as you can't be trusted because I didn't even know what you had going on. So no. That's a bad trait. So that's why I wanted to have this conversation, because I think we be missing a point that no matter what stage of life you're in, the definition of snitching should be universal. And it really alarms me that the guys that, or women, because I heard women give their point of view, the people that's supposed to be outside in the streets are having a disconnect exactly what it is. And then bam, that's why we have all these cases. Or maybe I'm reaching. What y'all think?
People be selective politicking. Everybody got their own definition when it fits their narrative or their friend or they people, their favorite artists.
And that's not cool.
They blurred the lines on purpose. There's always an excuse for telling now, right? Back in the day, it was pretty straightforward. It's not that case anymore. There's now exceptions and loopholes.
And that's the thing, right? Because like the two scenarios I gave earlier, one, you unknowingly knew what was going on. You just minding your business, trying to get to where you trying to go. And that was that. You just said, hey, I was here getting groceries. People came in with a black shirt, bam. Like, I don't know what's going on. Compared to you being a part of it. And now you trying to, like my cousin said, you trying to get off or pass judgment or whatever to assist you. That's not cool. And like I said, as a quote unquote civilian, I don't want you around me if you're gonna tell when you're involved in it, right? Again, law-abiding citizen. I don't be out here robbing, none of that. I don't be doing nothing on that nature. But at the same time, if we're in the car, ooh, damn, here goes scenario. I don't smoke in the car at all. And like I told y'all the story, I I took that as a blessing in the disguise when the police let us go and not charge us with that weed. Because getting charged with any drugs will fuck my life up. So I don't even take that chance. Now, I have some friends and family that they have to smoke in the car. Like they just have to smoke. And I always say, like, all right now, don't smoke in my car, right? Like, don't do it. So, scenario one. I say, don't smoke in my car. They like, man, let me just smoke. And I be like, oh, all right, go ahead, man. For real, right? Like, whatever. Then we go out. We're in the car. I'm not smoking, but you're smoking. We get stopped. The police come up. Oh, I smell weed. Now we're in a situation. And I'm going to pause it right there. And I'm going to ask this question. In that situation, if I would be like, hell nah, she was smoking weed, that's her shit. Flat out, like that's her shit. Would that be considered snitching in that scenario?
Yeah, you tell them like a motherfucker.
But ain't that her life? She destroying if she
100%.
bad and fucking. If she don't say nothing, I mean, I wouldn't say nothing until they be like. So I'd be like, yeah. So you smell it. So where is it coming from? I smell something too. Where does it come from? Like you don't have to do more than that, bro. I ain't snitching on the motherfucking whim. I don't think you smell something. I smell something too. Smell shit. Where is it coming from? Huh?
So what about this?
It got to be deeper than that. It can't be like, bro, yeah, it was hers. No. I got to be deeper than that. I got to be facing some time or some shit like that. I'm gonna be looking at you kind of weird. If I'm facing time, or let's say we riding together and I smoke and I put a fucking pound in the back of your fucking damn truck. You know what I'm saying? I bet your ass, and they go look at your back. You know what I'm saying? Your trunk. And they see that pound. Your ass ain't gonna give me up. You just gonna say, yeah, we both did it. Nah, you ain't gonna do that. Don't get my motherfucking ass up.
Do that. That's why I took my own charge.
So let me ask y'all this. All right. So the same scenario. Now I said, hey, don't doggone smoke in my car, okay? Don't smoke in my car. I get out at the gas station. I go in the store. The passenger in the lit up, right? I come out. I'm just coming out the store. I get in. So I'm like, the fuck? The police pull up and be like, oh, what's going on? Pause it right there. If I say something, is that snitching?
Do you smoke?
No, you told him, excuse my language, you told him not to do it. So if you told him not to do it and he didn't heed to warning.
If you don't pass that drug test, you could just say, I was not smoking. I don't know what that is. I had nothing to do with it. I don't smoke.
Yeah, but ain't nobody getting fucking arrested though. Ain't nobody talking about that shit. They just say, oh, we smell something. The fuck? Yeah, we smell. So I smell gas, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, if I'm not getting in handcuffs, I ain't got to say shit about nobody. That's what I do know.
You never get anything by talking to the police. The police, like on the side of the road, that's not the time to do that. You want to say nothing. If you go to jail, you go to jail. That's the way it is. Don't try to say anything to get out of going to jail, ever. Just go to jail and fight that in court, because whatever you say, you're not aware of how it's going to play out and what everybody else is going to say. So if you say nothing, your options will be way more open when it comes time to go to court.
Good answer, Jeff.
Okay, Jeff.
Hey, what else, She-Money?
Now,
we are on YouTube Live, everybody.
Yes. What's up? Hold on. Somebody just put something in the chat. Edward, yeah, you're right. The passenger should speak up, and that was where I was going next. So listen to this. All right. We all know, I mean, whether you know or you unknowingly know, we all ride dirty at some point in some way. I mean, we ain't got to go into detail about ways. In some way, we all whatever. And matter of fact, let me pose it this way. Because I hear a lot of street dudes always say, oh, or even in the song, oh, my girl need to take charge, this and that, right? I always hear that. Like, the girl's supposed to take charge, this and that, whatever. Now, you're in a car. The girl may know the gun or whatever's in there, the drugs is in there, but it's definitely not hers, it's yours. I feel like in that moment, and I'm just gonna say it flat out, if you don't speak up for your shit, it's an issue. It's an issue. I don't feel like you should never put me in a position to have to say anything. You need to speak up, right? Or no?
No, absolutely not. You don't speak up at the side of the road. It never will help you. You say nothing. Always.
So let me ask y'all this then. On the side of the road, in that same scenario, although your girl ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to figure out.
Hold on, y'all. We are on YouTube Live. Let's keep it to one mic.
Okay, well, all right.
My bad, y'all. I had got a call. Where were we?
Same scenario.
For that too.
You said same scenario, side of the road.
Yeah, side of the road. Okay, here we go. Side of the road. You know it ain't yours. And if y'all ever watch Live PD, y'all have seen this plenty of time, or if you probably seen it in real life, people will say it's not mine. They don't say whose on it is. They just say it's not mine. Is that snitching or no?
No, they're just not taking the blame.
So what if it's who was just that? That was MJ?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's me and MJ. Only two people, right? If we get pulled over, MJ say it's not his, then who's on this is just me and him. That still wouldn't be considered snitching.
If you turn around and say it's not yours, then we both got to go to jail. Then they got to prove that the gun belonged to somebody, meaning they got to find them fingerprints on the gun. Because I went to jail for this before. Don't say nothing. Don't, because they will put it on you.
They get some kind of paycheck, so let them do their job.
My bad.
What's up, Dom? You interrupt my YouTube Live just now.
It was live, man. My bad.
So Edward on YouTube said where he's from, he was taught to hold his own weight. That's definitely how it's supposed to go. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. A lot 1090 Jake. I ran this content. I think almost everybody ran this content. He said he gave a false statement, right? Is that from the street level? Because remember, the issue is what snitching is the street dudes. Is giving a false statement snitching or not?
I don't know. I just think a statement, however you put it.
Okay, Montreal. That's us civilians feel that way, but I want to hear. I'm glad Dom is in here. I see Fuckum in here. EA, y'all, is it Tony? Y'all tell me what's up with that.
Man, it was supposed to be a statement. You're supposed to be having a conversation with them people. Let your lawyer do the job.
And that goes back to what Jeff was saying about never make a statement on the side of the road.
Yeah, and police aren't there to protect and serve. They're there to arrest and swerve and dip. So that's what they want to do. So
man, look at Jill dropping on jewels today, man.
If that's what's on you, and don't ditch your shit in somebody else's car. Just keep it on you. Don't say anything, and see what happens.
So let me put this on because, like I said, a lot of people call 1090 Jake a snitch for that, right? It didn't lead to no arrest. It didn't lead to nobody getting locked up, nothing. But they said he was a snitch for that. Now, we're going to bring it back to another situation with another celebrity that I've been hearing some shakiness with from people, whether or not it's snitching or not. And that is, dang, I forgot who the celebrity was. Give me a second to think about which one. Oh, shoot. Dang. Maybe I need to hold off on the 1091 because I can't remember who I compared him to. Okay, I'm going to hold off on that one. Dang it. Was it 10? Hold on. Who it was? Gave a statement with false info. Was it? Freak. Okay. I can't think of who the other person was. So if we use the 1090J situation as the comparison, right? If someone gives a statement, even though it may be false, I want to do a tally on who thinks that's going to be still considered snitching. Put a 1 if it's yes in the comments, or 2 if it's no, and that's on Clubhouse and on YouTube. And then we can just talk about it, open floor. Because I'm going to tell y'all now, I personally feel like if you're in the streets, you should never make a statement at all. And that's just from my view of how I view things in my surroundings, right? Everybody's surrounding is different. Me and Dom actually talked about it. Everybody's surrounding is different. But I personally feel you should never even have your situation or nothing on paper with your name on it.
Especially not no statement.
Not only it could be an extra charge that they would hit you with. You would make a false statement, and that would be an additional charge where if you just shut your mouth, you wouldn't have that. So basically, any kind of talking to the police at all is snitching. Don't do it.
But wouldn't a false statement be like something like perjury or some shit like that?
Perjury, now correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that when you do it on the stand?
When you're talking to a judge.
And you lying. Got you.
Okay, I see a lot of ones, okay? So, I have to do it because this is definitely the topic. If y'all recall the conversation in Clout Monsters yesterday, if y'all haven't caught it, make sure y'all go to Clubhouse, and it's all over YouTube at this point, and listen to it. Blue Da Vinci stated, no, let me rephrase that because technically he ain't state nothing. The people in the room, it was a debate on the wording in the transcripts for his sentencing hearing with BMF case, right? In that case, the lawyer says that he wanted to cooperate. His information just wasn't useful for the remaining people they were trying to arrest, and that he had been debriefed. And before I even pose the question, let me even go one better and Google what debrief mean real quick so everybody can have an understanding of what that means. All right. Debrief means question about completed, debrief. Question about completed mission or undertaking. Well, hey, give me that definition like it's a... Oh, here we go. Brief is a verb as well, meaning to summarize, to question or get information from someone. So, I'm posing this question. If 1090J, and I'm going to use this, if 1090J is considered a snitch from providing a false statement and no one went to jail or nothing like that, why isn't this scenario the same? Although nobody went to jail, based off of his information, he gave a statement for it. Or am I missing something?
It sounds like you talking about Blue Da Vinci, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the scenario of what was said in the transcript now. Okay.
Right, because what I caught was the information wasn't useful, so all he did was just like say a whole bunch of general things that anybody could do. You get what I'm saying? Instead of
it was a statement.
Details that'll be useful.
Let's not stray away. It was still a debrief, which I just read the definition, was still a statement. The same thing that 1090 Jake did. It wasn't useful because nobody got arrested. You know what I'm saying? So like both scenarios, nobody got arrested. Both scenarios, words was taken and put on paper. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, whether it was useful or not, I mean, it's still like a form of snitching. You gave a statement. Whether you know what I'm saying, whether it was on point or not, you still went in there and put that name on it, put names and stuff on the paper, and you gave them information. Period.
So my outside people are once upon a time outside or that got their ears to the pavement. Let me hear from y'all. Edward said he talked.
Yeah, I look at that shit as snitching too. You know, like shit. If you give a motherfucking statement and on anything and they didn't use it, they just didn't use it, but you was still willing to give that statement. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I still remain like this is like that Gunna shit. If they didn't drop that video on Gunna, he would have used the same shit like he ain't snitched because we wouldn't have been able to find that paperwork. But sometimes
Mm-hmm.
people can say shit and people can become each other's paperwork because that would have been an example of it. Like if that nigga make that plea and don't really have to say too much, like have to testify in actual court, that nigga would have like he ain't said nothing.
Ooh. So we can all agree, and if you disagree, definitely speak. You know, this is a discussion. Can we agree that the definition of snitching is definitely the same across the board, whether you're in the streets or if you're a civilian?
Yeah, if you corroborating anything for the police, that's like snitching. Cause you, especially when there's a lot of guys on the case, you don't know with your corroboration, you don't know how it hurts somebody. Like you're not in a position to say what you say will or won't hurt somebody. Only they know that. So it's best to not say shit. Cause you even saying somebody was there could be enough to fuck them up. Even if you feel like you didn't say shit.
Ooh, I like that summary. So I'm gonna reset real quick because we've been going at it about an hour. If y'all just joining me, whether you're on Clubhouse or YouTube, and for those on Clubhouse, just make sure you be mindful when you come off the mic because I am live on YouTube. I need everybody to subscribe to Mickey Truth 2022 on YouTube. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share, like, comment, all that good stuff. I need y'all to follow me on all social media, which is Mickey Truth 2022. And on Twitter is my only one that's different. And I think it's Truth22 Mickey. If you haven't already created you a Clubhouse account, make sure you create a Clubhouse account. Come follow your girl, Mickey Truth 2022 on Clubhouse. Make sure you join House of Truth. And don't forget to join Clout Monster. Shout out to T Money, J Nicole, EA, Dom, Quiet, and the whole team. Make sure you go ahead and join the house. What is Section 8, Apartment 218? I know Don gonna be like, you know what it's called. Yeah, Section 8, Apartment 218. Make sure you join that. We got a bunch of houses. We got KP Land. We got Bluff Masters. We got Gangsters and the Restless. Oh, I can't think of Rod's on. What's Rod's house called again? Dang it, what's the name of his house? Savage Kingdom. Look, it took me a minute. Yeah, so all those, make sure you come join the conversation, man, so we can chop it up. The topic right now is what is snitching? We've been talking about different scenarios because like I told y'all, since before I even got on Clubhouse, just once I hit YouTube, y'all know I've been calling people snitches. I ain't gonna lie. And y'all remember in the beginning, I definitely used to catch a lot of flack. You know, people used to be like, yo, you ain't in the streets. It's different. You're a civilian. So, hey, I still said what I said, whatever. So, I want to play the audio one more time of the conversation with me and my cousin. Just for those who just joined. And then, yeah, we're going to take it from there. Let me turn the camera around real quick. Y'all, I'm definitely shots with Mickey right now. I'm feeling good. We having a good time. All right, I'm about to play the audio now. Cause what does snitching mean?
What does snitching mean?
Yeah. What do you consider snitching?
You a motherfucking rat. You stabbed somebody in the back. You went through the hole just to get out, to get your own freedom.
So let me ask you this.
Snitch.
Is there any point where snitching is okay if you're in the streets?
If you're in the streets,
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, all that shit comes with it.
Like so it's okay.
If you're in the streets with the shits, be prepared to be faced with some bullshit.
So it's not okay to snitch.
Hell no, it's not okay to snitch.
Okay, so let me ask you.
It's a part of living the street life. It depends what you're doing, how you're doing it, and you know how you living. If you got motherfuckers behind you, that's motherfuckers behind you. That's what comes with it.
So let me ask you this.
Hands up snitching.
So let me ask you this. First let me ask you, is there a difference between civilians and street dudes or street women when it comes to snitching?
Civilians and what?
Street dudes. So online they're saying it's a difference. Like it's a code of the streets that civilians don't live by, but street dudes live by. Are you aware of that?
Oh yeah, that's true.
So let me ask you this. Now, you know me in real life. So, do you consider me in the streets or not?
You in the streets? No.
Okay. So, so I'm not in the streets, right? Now, how can you say how I feel about people telling?
People telling?
Yeah. Have you ever heard me talk about like any situations where like
you tell it? No, that's not true.
Okay,
no, that ain't true.
Okay, so I'm not in the streets, right?
True.
Okay, and I've never been part of anything where I was telling, right?
True.
Okay, so this is what my point I'm trying to show everybody online is that civilians even have boundaries, like if I'm with you and we do something and we're both aware of it, although I'm not in the streets, I expect you to shut the fuck up and not say nothing, right? Like I don't expect you to go running your mouth.
Put you in it. And won't even put you in it.
Right. So that's why I'm trying to where's the disconnect? Because so many guys online are saying, oh, it's levels to this snitching shit. Like you got to the only way it's considered snitching is if you actually get somebody locked up.
Man, snitching is snitching.
Thank you. And bam. Snitching is snitching. Again, everybody comes from different places. Me and my cousin, we're here in South Carolina. And that's just what we know. Not saying everybody in South Carolina have the same mindset, but definitely how we was brought up and where we was brought up. Hey, snitching is snitching. It's not no in between. So anybody wanna pop it off and add to something? Or y'all want me to keep going?
Yeah, I just hate, bro, even goddamn, and we hate niggas open their mouth, period, but it's like, that nigga wasn't even really facing no shit. Like, you let 5 years scare you, like, out of where all the other guys was facing, like, bro, you was supposed to you got lucky, nigga. Like, take them 5 and get the fuck on, man. Like, that shit just crazy.
Can I interject real quick? Like, if you a street guy, a street nigga, why would you include someone who's not even streetable into your BS? You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta stop bringing everybody into you dig, because Gunna, from what I understand, Gunna was a goddamn civilian and a rapper. He wasn't no Power Rule Blood or none of that. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for you, MJ, with that.
What's up?
All right. Now, and again, I'm not saying every time it's like this, but for the most part, real street dudes or those outside, if you are close to them enough to know them, to be in their presence, you already know what time it is. I tell y'all no lie, I have a place that, you know I love that member of my family so much, but I already know what the fuck happens over there. I don't go over there. I don't let my kids go over there. I stay the fuck from over there. I still love them, but I don't go over there. Now, if I go over there, I already know what time it is. So, isn't that when you kind of interject yourself into street business?
Exactly. And you got to learn when to leave when stuff about to pop off. As a civilian, when you dealing with those kind of people, you got to already have your antennas up. Because at any given moment, stuff could pop off and you need to be going the opposite way. Now, if you stay there, you're agreeing to the rules of the streets. You got to abide by it.
So let me ask you this.
Yes, ma'am.
What if you don't have time to get away? Okay, so again, scenario. We're going to just say it's your cousin's house, okay? You already know your cousin one of the biggest dope boys in the city, but you ain't into none of his stuff. You just already know it. However, you decide, you know what? It's a nice Saturday. I'm going to go pull up on cuz real quick. You go over there, and the trap ain't even jumping like that, but you still over there. Now, you not doing nothing. And technically, at that time, he ain't doing nothing. But again, you know what he's doing. The police kick the door, right? And this is open to the floor. At that moment, if you get to talking, and I'm not just saying, oh, I'm just visiting, and that's it, like if they ask you why you're there. But if you get to saying, say they find drugs or whatever, and you get to talking, is that snitching or not?
Yes, it most definitely is. And I don't think we should actually have any consideration for a difference between the streets and civilians, because if you start making statements to the police before you're in front of a judge and before you have proper legal representation, it's not going to go well for you. So I really don't think there's any difference between a civilian and the streets. If you're in a car, like a scenario where you're in a car with people and you don't know them well, and you get pulled over and there's drugs in the car, just don't say anything. You're not going to improve your case by saying anything. The circumstances are already what they are. And they're going to have the evidence that they have. You can't take any of that away. So I'll break it down and simplify it. If you whine and you think that anything you say will stop you from going to jail that night, and you're not willing to go to jail like a real man or woman, then you're a snitch.
So listen. So back to MJ point, right? Who or for one, I ain't gonna say who fault, because I was about to say at that point you definitely everybody grown. But I still just put out there on the floor. If you know what's going on, you interject, meaning you go. Like I said, everybody, you know who the plug and who ain't the plug. I mean, period. Even if you just going to buy a little nickel bag, dime bag, whatever, going into that house is risky. And this is how I feel. I feel like it's risky because not all states it's legal to buy, to have weed. So you going to do it illegally. Even if it's just a dime bag or something, you're still going to do something illegal, right? So now, although you ain't got no pounds or nothing like that, you get caught up in this house. I mean, I just feel like that point is really not, even though you're not in the streets. I mean, you chose to go in this establishment where you know what's going on. Why would you start talking? Or am I just, that's not what we're supposed to do, or that's not what it is?
It's not what you're supposed to do. You ain't supposed to say shit. But I think what happened was, Mickey, at some point the shit switched. But I think MJ kind of touched on it earlier. Like at some point it used to be like the real nigga was the nigga that took his shit. then it switched to the real nigga for not saying shit. You feel me? Like back, like at some point, the real nigga was a nigga that be like, nah, that's me. That's my gun. Them me. That ain't even him, man. You be trying to fight with the officers to let your niggas go. Like, nah, that's me. You feel me? But then at some point, it just became about nobody saying nothing. And then you got people that's not built for that in a position where you know they're gonna tell, because they're not built for that. Like when you put everybody in the same situation and everybody's not built for that, yeah, you putting yourself where one of them niggas gonna tell on you. If that nigga just came to visit his cousin, end up in some shit and he wasn't in that shit, then the best thing you can do is say, hey, little cousin ain't got nothing to do with this. Because of course he gonna tell on you.
Now that's facts.
Of course, he not even built for that. So the best thing to do is to take your own shit and let that nigga go. For he say too much on more people.
That brings me to another question I want to put on the floor. Y'all. Oh, everybody on Clubhouse, make sure you share the room, ping up. Everybody on YouTube, share, like, comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. We are, again, y'all, I left y'all hanging the other day. I felt bad. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm pulling up. We're going to be live for hours. After this live, I do have a separate live that I'm going to be starting. And it's in regards to Monsters Among Us, where I'm going to touch on a situation where a child predator was arrested while live on Clubhouse. And we're going to get into that. But that's next live. Right now, we're talking about snitching. All right. So my next question, or that I want to pose to the floor. This is I feel to me it's important, right? Let me ask the ladies first. Ladies, have y'all ever had a friend, cousin, or whatever that you already know she will sleep with anything with legs? Anything with legs, okay? Would you allow, now she ain't never slept with one of your peoples or whatever, but would you leave her at home with your man by themselves? I guess the ladies on Clubhouse would.
Hell no.
Okay. And I got a point. I'm about to go with it. So nope. Why wouldn't we leave her at home with our man? Huh? Because she give us tendencies because she do it to other people, right? She out here, we ain't even trying to take that chance of her getting our man, right? So the point I'm trying to with that is with the situations that we find celebrities in, but everybody know somebody in real life that been through these situations. I don't know about y'all, but if I was in the streets and this person is known to write any type of statement, whether it's a false statement or real statement, whatever, is known to corroborate, meaning answering questions back to the police, whether it's about me or somebody else or whatnot, why am I going to continue to parlay with this person? Isn't that like setting yourself up? Anybody think so?
Yo, who did that?
So no, it's a scenario because I've been listening. Everybody on Clubhouse, if y'all been catching the past like week or so, I've been asking questions about the snitch thing because I've been like kind of doing the intel to see where people's minds at, right? And I heard somebody, matter of fact, today I heard it again. Somebody today in the morning room was like, the conversation was about snitching on dead, and we already know it was T.I. conversation, and this guy, I can't remember who it was, he was like, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to go home or whatever. And I was like, huh? What? What are we doing here, right? So I go to say, somebody like that has that thought process to me, you couldn't be around me with that because like I'm taking warning. you're gonna do whatever it is to go home. Why? So I'm like, people in the streets or people in real life, like that's not in the streets, but y'all don't see red flags from people that will make you be like, I definitely don't need to be fooling with this person. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all don't never get red flags from certain things that people do. Oh, Edward on YouTube said, even if it is a rumor, you got to stay away from them. What y'all think?
I mean, we all see things in people that we don't like, but we also want people in our lives. So it's no one's perfect, and we get those red flags from people all the time, right? But
we do. But see, but Jeff, this is my thing, right? And I like in my life, loyalty and trust is big to me. And I'm not talking about some like, I continuously to hurt you and you stay by me. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about trust. Like, I need to be like, shout out to my best friend, been my best friend since we was teenagers, okay? I trust her. Like, I trust her. Like, it's nothing you can come tell me about her that I'm going to sit there and believe, right? And even if I have to question what it is, I know I can go to her and she's going to keep it 100 with me. So I trust her, right? But if it was a situation like I had, I'm going to say associate. I mean, I still rock with her now. You know what I'm saying? We talk, but it's certain limits to it, okay? Because she has shown me that she's not trustworthy, right? She ain't never did nothing to me for me to be like, oh, hell nah, fuck you or whatever, to go back to what Jeff was saying. But I know I would not take her to do anything on any level outside of we having drinks at a bar or something like that. Like, that's her zone, right? So that's what I'm saying. And I'm not even like doing nothing crazy, right? I just know like I can't have people around me. You can't be in my house, none of that, if I can't trust you. And I feel like when we're talking about these situations with snitching, it's a trust thing. Because if you agree to do something, whether you're directly involved, you agree to sit in a conversation to hear the planning, and then you go and tell just to go home, that means you can't be trusted to me. And if I'm reaching and over, look, y'all let me know. Conversation, what y'all think?
I mean, it's good to talk about this because I don't know about everyone else, but when I deal with the police, I'm scared as shit. And
yeah, me too. And I don't even do
so
anything.
you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan beforehand so that you know what to do, and just shut your mouth. Don't say anything at all. You don't have to say anything, and you may go to jail, and that's the way it is.
Yep.
So I'm gonna tell y'all one thing like about me. I mean, I've known people that feel like they can drive when they're intoxicated. I'm not getting in the car with you if you've been drinking, period. Because I don't have time. If I've been drinking, you've been drinking, I'm not getting in the car with you. If we at the house parlaying, that's my thing. You know why? Because I'm not even trying to get in the situation where we got to even go there. So I avoid it. I just don't go. And that's how I look at all situations. Don't get me wrong. Like, I be wanting to be a part of the mix sometime, but if I already know what time it is, and I ain't going to jail, I'm not messing up my life like that. Those days are long gone, and I stay out the way. So why is there? Okay, let me pose this question.
So Mickey, I'm trying to follow you. You saying like red flags that people give? Does that allude to them that they can one day participate in the red flags they've been showing?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for asking me that. So my point I was making was these snitches, right? Normally have some type of trait they have shown that you possibly can see that they ass will snitch one day. And I'm not talking about just a radar like how Young Thug was saying. I'm talking about like you truly see traits in them that shows that they're not trustworthy to some degree. Or like I was saying, the guy earlier was saying he's gonna do whatever to go home. And I said, do people not pay attention to that? Or do they just wait to get bit by the snake?
bad. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, my bad.
Nah, go ahead, bro. I'm still thinking on that one.
I mean, if you seeing those red flags, most of those people, I really believe that they are trying to convert them over to a street nigga. Like they trying to keep them in tune on that street nigga terminology. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they end up getting bit in the ass. You know a motherfucker gonna snitch and you seeing these red flags and you decide to keep pulling him into this thing, you bound to get snitched on. And then you can't get mad at him because he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. If a person show you who they are, accept them for that. Trust them that they're going to be exactly who they say they're going to be once they show you that.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Anybody else got
See, I'm not a street nigga. I'm going to go home to my wife and kids. If you try to pull me into that and I don't want to be, I'm going to snitch because I'm going home. Don't involve me in that.
Matter of fact, while everybody is thinking about that, I want to play something because I got a lot of flack for what I said in this clip, but I mean it. I don't give a goddamn. I'm gonna stand on that. I mean it. I'm not about to be in any of that. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. Where's my page? All right, it's real quick. It's not a long one. Where is it? And shout out to Skull because he's in this with me. I had him laughing. All right, here we go.
I offered you, Mickey Truth, 30 years in prison, but they told you, but if you give me Skull, we'll let you go on 5 years probation. You got kids at home, Mickey Truth. Who you Go,
Oh,
gonna
you
put first?
gone. You gone.
I'm gone.
Like if they offer me 30
I thought you meant the Wi-Fi was fucked up again.
No. So that was me just being 100. I'm not taking no damn time with you. Not going to jail for 30 years or whatever. Nah, not doing it. So guess what? The rest of it, I stay out the mix. I wouldn't even be in that, predicament because I'm not going to do no time. So is there a moment, and I say this to say this, is there a moment, and this reference, more so I want to talk to those who maybe, possibly, be out there doing something, right? If somebody come like me and MJ just said, hell no, we're not doing it. We're not going to be with that shit. Fuck that. But you choose to wait till we get in the car to go handle some shit. And then we end up telling the truth. Like they said, telling the truth or whatever. Why would we be the call snitches then? But we already told you we're not doing no time for you. Why is that not okay for people to be okay with people saying, yo, I don't want no parts of it, and I'm not doing no time for you. And people just take that for what it is.
Because people think that you got to stand on your no. Because when people think when you get in your car that they converted you, like MJ said, like they just converted you now. Now you playing by their rules. Example of that shit, it's a movie, but most people seen it would be Friday. Nigga kept saying he don't smoke. I drink. Soon as he hit the blunt and Warren wanted the money, the nigga like, we owe this nigga money. What you mean we? What Chris Tucker say? I didn't put that blunt to your lips and make you smoke it. You feel me? Like once you decided to get in that car, once you decided to participate, the other party is thinking that you're accepting their bullshit. You accepted to get into the Demon Time car. So you got to stand on your nose.
Anybody else?
No, it's okay to be lame. Shoot, it's okay to be lame. It's okay to be not to be a street dude. You ain't gotta go for all that. Like you can get everything that they got just doing it the right way. You ain't gotta be out there toting pistols and stuff just so you can have a name. Leave that stuff for the street guys, because once you walk over there, you accepted everything that comes with that. Period. You can't get scared when the heat comes.
Hey,
Like Gunner.
What that nigga say every day? He said, "Dope, let me out."
Man, let me out.
Then Trey hop out the back of that car for that with to go spray some shit.
Thank you.
Hey, let me out, bro. Nah, I ain't built for this. Let me out, cause I'm if I get caught, I'm telling on everybody.
That exactly. Then that was a perfect point too.
So let me ask y'all this.
There's a great song by Rappin' Forte called "Lay Them Guns Down" that talks about what you were just saying about toting pistols and how that's not the life.
So let me ask y'all this. Now again, I'm just on the internet. I never, I always tell y'all I ain't outside stuff like that. But that clip made people say, yo, snitch, stuff like that, right? Bam. But clearly I said I'm not doing no time, right? So how is people like me, people like MJ who saying up front, I ain't with this shit, get labeled? But then you have people that swore, bruh, we ain't gonna say nothing. We get caught, guess what? We gonna, hey, if I get caught, you don't get caught, I'm gonna just ride. I ain't gonna say nothing, whatever, vice versa. But soon as they are the ones who got caught and not the other one, guess what? They go and find the other one. You know why? Because they done told. But they don't never get that jacket. Why is that?
I heard the first scenario. You said, what's the second scenario? What niggas be doing?
Okay, so
you and MJ.
So like, we will get labeled because we're telling you up front, we not with it. We're not doing on time for you, whatever. But on the flip side, when you got the people that's supposed to be down for the shit, like supposed to be like, yo, yeah, we about to go get this money, we about to go hit this lick, we about to go do whatever. I got you. The plan is whatever. If you get caught, don't say nothing, ask for a lawyer, nothing. If I get caught, vice versa. Like that's the plan. That's what we agree to. We go do what we do and say, EA get caught, Dom get away. Now they both said in the beginning they down for it. They gonna take what comes with it, right? So EA gets caught. EA decides, oh hell no, they coming in like, yeah, you want a cigarette? I'm about to, I'm gonna lock you up for life, whatever. I know somebody was with you. So instead of EA sticking to the plan and saying, I ain't got shit to say with my lawyer, you know what I'm saying? Like I got nothing to say. He get the same, man, I don't know, man. Who is the person you was with? It was this dude named Dom. I don't know his real name, but his name is Dom. Where you know him from? Oh, the neighborhood. I don't know his address, but he's from the neighborhood. Like giving them little hints to get to what the things is. Why aren't them people held accountable to be snitches? But people that up front, it's called snitches.
Nah, them niggas snitches too. That is both snitching. But if the person tell you they a civilian and they snitch on you, then I mean it's not even really snitching because they just told on you. You feel me? Like we all know civilians, motherfucking that's in the hood. You feel me? Like we know which auntie and which grandma is gonna tell on you when you serve dope in front of her mailbox. Cause she gonna tell your ass, don't do that shit in front of my mailbox. I'm gonna call the police. You feel me? Like, is she right
there? Okay.
So like, it's always been both in the element. So it's like shit. I would say if a nigga get mad at that lady that gonna call the police because she called the police, that's just on you. Like you supposed to move around that because you know what that is. So that's on that street nigga at that point. Like that's just being dumb. To even involve somebody like that gonna tell into your
But
shit.
listen, they don't know. Cause remember, y'all talked about it. Y'all said y'all gonna hold it down. Y'all not gonna fold, and then they fold.
But see, some of these niggas don't even be having no plan. They assume that niggas is solid because when shit is up, shit is up. We get money together. We fucking hoes together. We pop bottles together. You feel me? They think the nigga down because everybody's good when it's good. You feel me? It's just a lot of them niggas ain't really went through no shit with each other, so they don't even know how tested they are. You feel me? They just going through the good shit of being gang. It ain't till the real shit hit where you start realizing. You feel me? Even when niggas be going on drill, some of them niggas gonna get scared. Some of them niggas ain't gonna want to shoot, hands shaking and shit. You feel me? Some niggas gonna grab that bitch and let it go. So that shit ain't for everybody. Like niggas still be figuring that shit out. But that one nigga who realized it ain't for him, but he still camouflage and make it through the street shit, yeah, and they gonna tell on your ass when shit get rough. Shit been not for him.
That's a good point. And matter of fact, so we established the snitching, right? Because I do want to get into the other live soon. So we established what snitching is. Snitching is basically, and you know what? I'm not even gonna just do it transparent, right? I feel like when you're included in something knowingly, and you say something, you're definitely snitching without a doubt. Okay. Whether you're in the streets or you're civilian. Because like I said, I don't even do activities that's considered street stuff. But if you ride with me and you know I'm going to buy me some weed or going to the weed house and you decide to come in that house with me, shut up. Because you already knew what it was. Okay? And that might be a bad example, but you get what I'm saying. Like, just be quiet. So yeah, we established what that is. So now I want to go into. Now, why would you walk up on me knowing I'm in the middle of my life? My daughter just threw me off. Okay, so what do you want? Hold on, y'all. What do you want? Yes, they can hear you. Girl. Oh, girl, I cannot zip this. You so unprofessional. Sorry. So you thought I was just sitting here talking to myself? All right, bye. Now, what I was...
We love you,
Get
Nikki.
out of here. All right. Now I gotta find where I was going with it. All right, bam. So Mickey Truth definitely is the person that covers entertainment cases. You know, that's the niche. I pull paperwork, stuff like that. I personally really don't I really don't care about the snitch aspect of it because at this point I'm kind of like used to seeing it. It'd be more so the ones that try to call somebody else out as a snitch and actually they're a snitch too. So it's kind of like the pot calling the kettle black or whatever. So it brings me to where I'm about to go with this. For those that's outside, because I said it earlier, when the dude that I referred to that said he was going to say whatever to go home, and I said, well, if that's your mindset, you should get out the streets. You shouldn't be in the streets. You should definitely have a 9 to 5. You should walk within the lines. So do we think because people are not 100% with themselves is the reason why it's so much takedown, so many RICOs, so many whatever within the street community? If I explain
Yeah,
that right.
because they want that facade, that street nigga facade and that street nigga crib, but they ain't really about that life. They hoping that they can get through get through everything unscathed without going to jail and everything. But when you know what I'm saying, when they put them bracelets on, that's when that pipe busts.
My bad, y'all had to walk out real quick. Anybody else?
I agree with the person that was talking about the movie Friday. Like, we've all been in that situation where, you know, you think you want to do something, but then it gets a little out of hand. You get in the wrong car, you hit the wrong blunt, and all of a sudden the party's out of hand. You know, it's on you to walk away. At some point, if you're participating, you definitely need to be aware of what's going on. And everybody else has definitely realized that you're in. Like, once you get in the car and once you hit that blunt or do whatever, then you've signed on, you know, with those guys, and that means something.
Signed on. Yep.
So anybody?
All consequences.
Right. Anybody? So I'm like to me, older people are set in their ways to me. Okay. I kind of feel like it's no changing. But I do have, like, my daughter is 19. I like to, even though, I'm all with the entertainment, I'm all with that. But I do like especially when it comes to stuff like this, kind of just be real about it, right? And I'm say what I would give to those that's coming up. And I'm not saying just kids. I'm talking about whether it's a 20-year-old, whoever that's younger than you that could listen to this and take something away from it, right? I will put, if you're not, and I'm not going to use nothing that's separating being in the streets and civilian life. I'm just going to say, period, no matter what it is, whether you work at a damn store and decide to come up with a scheme to take money, okay? And just know, if you choose to do it, it's always a possibility to get caught, and you got to be willing to take it. And if you're not, I would say you need to not do it. That would be my takeaway. Just know, whatever path you're on, whatever you consider yourself, if you do something illegal and you're not prepared to take your consequence, please get out the way and don't do it. Anybody want to say something?
Well, a lot of it comes down to, you end up getting in situations like, you may just want to smoke a little weed, but then your friend takes you to a house where there's a lot more than that going on. And you're like, wow, this is cool or whatever. And then the door gets kicked in, and, you're facing way more than you ever thought possible. And you really have to keep it together at that point and don't say anything. And it's hard, like the guy was saying, when them bracelets get slapped on, it's real. But you just have to remember, there's a plan for this. Don't say anything, because it's simple, and the more simple you make it, the more likely you are to actually put it into effect. And not saying anything at all is simple. Cooperate with everything they say to do. If they tell you to do something, if they tell you to lay down, do that. Cooperate completely with them physically. But don't say anything, especially about what happened, or where you were, or who you were with, or anything like that.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I would say trust your gut and your intuition. I ain't never got in no trouble or been somewhere I shouldn't have been, where my gut didn't tell me during or before that I shouldn't have went or shouldn't have been there. So your body got senses. Trust your gut. And if you got that gut feeling, knowing you shouldn't have fucked with something, or you shouldn't have been somewhere, and then something do happen, that same gut feeling should let your ass know you shouldn't say nothing, because you knew you weren't supposed to be in that motherfucker in the first place.
Hey, I'm gonna add this one in. If you out here doing them crimes, do it by yourself. Stop including people into your mess, because when you include people, you can't expect for them to ride for you the right way. If you're gonna go out here and rob somebody, do it by yourself. If you're gonna go out here breaking somebody's house, do it by yourself, because you ain't gonna snitch on yourself. And that's
Shit, someone do.
Yeah.
Someone do. Oh, but that is good stuff. Somebody
That's
talking, I'm sorry.
possible with most of the good crimes. I mean, yeah, you can rob a house by yourself, but if you actually want to make some money, you're going to have to involve other people, at some point in the enterprise. And I mean, yeah, you can rob a few houses, but that's not going to get you, wealth independence.
Look, Jeff about to break down the whole conspiracy over here.
No, I get what he's saying though. He's saying like,
yeah, no, you're right.
Even if you start off solo, to continue in your career, you're going to build that team. You're going to eventually get to one car becomes a heist of cars. So you know what I mean.
And that just leads back to what I said. If you decide to get into anything small, big, or whatever, you have to be prepared to take the consequences. Like, for real. Like, if we both doggone do something and only one get caught, look, you got to be prepared to take the consequence. I just don't like hearing when people say they're gonna do whatever to go home, bro. You knew you probably wasn't gonna go home when we did it. So like, what is we talking about? So Dom said he disagreed. Come off the mic, Dom, or can you?
Yeah, I disagree. You'll make way more money. It's way less hassle and way less trouble if you do shit by yourself. You. The thing about it is niggas don't be having no come and go when they doing this shit. You feel me? Supposed to get in and get out. That's the name of the game. But if you just start just trying to make money, then yeah, shit gonna happen. But if you jump in the game like shit, I just want, you feel me? I want to quit 250. I want to quit 5. You feel me? And this your goal. You gonna stack it up. You gonna stay out the way. Do what you need to do in order to reach that goal. But you could definitely do shit on your own for sure.
Look, whether you do it on your own or with a group, you just gotta be ready to take the consequence. And I'm not even talking about criminally all the time. It doesn't matter what it is. If you cheat on a good man, just know it's possible you can get caught and you can lose that man. If you cheat on a good woman, it's possible you can get caught. You can lose that woman. So just in life, that's why I had to just have this conversation. Like, it's not no difference. It's no gray area. And y'all know I'm about to say it. Like T Money say, a spade a spade. Call a spade a spade. Now, once you call it what it is, I mean, it's up to you if you continue to associate with it. But I mean, let's stop having this conversation or debate that snitching is not, like I put on the thumbnail, y'all. Snitching is a simile, or snitch, snitching, whatever. It's a simile for corroborate, assist, inform, tell, disclose, state. It's all the same, no matter how you put it. Where your motto or your what's the word I'm looking for? Your values, I guess, that's important to you will determine if you accept a reason for it. But let's call it what it is. If you snitch, it means you cooperated, you assisted, you informed, you told, you disclosed, you stated. Anybody want to add to that? I'm gonna go get ready to close this one because I got to open that other room.
Yeah, just stay away from the shit.
Hey.
Away from the street shit if you ain't with that shit. You feel me? Especially always remember, like, it ain't really no honor amongst thieves. So if you fucking with a street nigga that's outside getting it in and active and shit, and you green, you just part of the play. Hey, run me up here, just part of the play. Like, you don't have a leg up on him or her. You feel me? Like, so you just need to stay away altogether. If you don't want to get tangled in no shit, you better just stay away from it, because you feel me? You gonna be part of the play. You gonna get used every time.
I like it. Hey, YouTube. I'm gonna take about a 30-minute break. I'm gonna change the time on my next live. I'm gonna probably do like an 8:15. Remember, the next live is about Monsters Among Us, where we're gonna get into a real life scenario with coming in contact with a child predator. We're gonna get into some of the statistics. I can't get the word out. And we're gonna get into, like, this shit is real when it comes to this online wall that hides people's true identity. So yeah, what's up, Keep It G News? So yeah, y'all, I'm gonna say 8:15. Give me time to, get my life right. If you are on YouTube and you want to join the conversation, come into House of Truth on Clubhouse. We're there. I'm gonna drop my StreamYard next live. So yeah, we're gonna look, like I told y'all, I owe y'all 2 lives because I missed the other night. So this is live 1. We're gonna get into it 8:15. Pull up on your girl. Make sure notifications is on. So until then, I'ma holler at y'all. Holla!